This is definitely not aimed to anyone who friend requests me. You know when you're just playing Roblox on your phone or your iPad? You're playing Tower of Hell and you're doing really good. You're the highest in the tower, you haven't died yet, and everyone is dying behind you. So you're just like happy and chilling. Until you get a stupid damn friend request. I'm just raging thinking about it. But that damn friend request is just covering the jump button. And you thought you were gonna jump, but instead you press decline. And then you fall. Or you die. I mean, why can't the friend requests come at the top, not in front of the jump button? I just don't want to die when I'm in first place.
Eating my lunch, my grandpa asked me what I was eating, so I told him I was gonna eat a sandwich, apples and Takis. He asked what Takis were and I said they were spicy chips. He asked to try one, but my grandma told me that if I gave him a Taki I would regret it. I gave him one anyway. When he bit the Taki he jumped 65 feet in the air screaming. He was asking for milk and we gave him milk, but we forgot he was also lactose intolerant. While he was drinking the milk he ran out of the room and tripped on our pet pussy. He started farting and it sounded like we lived next to NASA when a rocket is about to launch. He let out the longest sloppy gloppy bloppy moppy noppy copy loppy floppy sloppy. When he fell I heard his back crackle mid frackle tackle. His back cracked, the cat attacked, roaches get attract, he broke his back, his shit turned abstract, he fell on the floor and couldn't get up no more, he was very sore, he looked like a dead boar. The pussy went bonker yonker plonker knocker conkers. We rushed him to the hospital and found out he died from a ruptured ribcage and explosive diarrhea. We also found out he had lymphedema, type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes, bowel cancer, the bubonic plague, the coronavirus, the Spanish flu, tuberculosis, malaria, AIDS, shitworm, measles and polio.
You know what I hate? When teachers call on you the moment you zone out. Like, I'll be sitting there staring on into space, completely lost in my own world, maybe thinking about what I'm gonna eat later, or just absolutely nothing. You get me? And somehow, that's always when the teacher decides to call on me. It's like they can sense a second I'm not paying attention and use that time to embarrass me. Then I have to wake up and guess a random answer, just hoping I guess right so they don't realize I was literally thinking about what to get from Chipotle when I get out of school.
Moments where I'm talking to my friend like on a call and I'm just talking like for like 20 minutes straight and they don't even say anything back to me. And for those 20 minutes, I just continue to talk. But I don't even realize it, but I'm actually talking to myself because I've been on mute on the call for the whole entire time. I don't even realize it until my friend tells me. So thank you to all my friends who tell me when I'm on mute.
Story time. So this was 2 years ago and I was at school and it was a normal day until the principal went on the speaker and said, "We're in lockdown, go in your closets." So we went ahead and went in the closets. We were all confused. Some people were scared. Everyone was like kind of asking the teacher what was going on and stuff. Now during this time I wasn't asking anything or saying anything because I knew during a lockdown you don't want to say anything. So if there is someone in the school, they won't find where you are. But I was still listening to them because I was curious like everyone else. So while everyone was asking the questions, one girl stood up and said, "If you're not going to say what's going on, I'm going to get out of the closet." The teacher yelled at her and told her no. And the teacher yelled loud, so whoever was in the school obviously heard. So the door opened and everyone became silent. And so basically for part 2, welcome to part 2. Okay, so the guy that came into our school was a prisoner that escaped prison. So he was like, "Where are you?" And he stood in there for at least 10 minutes. Then we thought he left, but he was completely silent and the teacher gave us a look saying, "Do not talk and do not move." So we all listened to the way he looked and my best friend, the girl that stood up saying she would leave, got up and left. She thought that the guy was gone and she was going to get a counselor. So as soon as she got out of the room, we heard gunshots. As soon as the gunshots said that, I knew immediately what happened. I started crying and I thought that she was dead. The guy didn't even try to come in the room that we were in, even though he knew where we were. He immediately left knowing that he should have not shot the girl. Wait for part 3. Welcome to part 3. So as soon as the guy left, we got out of the closet and started panicking. We didn't know what to do since she was shot in the head and we knew that she wouldn't make it. So we were all freaking out and so was I, and I was crying and I just couldn't breathe right and I didn't know what to do. The speaker went off saying that the police and the ambulance were coming since the principal heard a gunshot too. So when the police came, they found the guy who was hiding in a locker and he got contained and took into the police office. The ambulance were here and went in the room and took her. They said with their face saying she would not make it. That was the worst day of my life. So the ambulance took her, and about 2 days later, we weren't allowed to go to the school since the guy was still on the loose. He escaped. So we all had to stay at our homes, and I visited my friend, and I didn't know she died.
Wow, what are the people so energetic at 7 a.m. in the morning? I mean, I just got to school, and honestly, all I want to do is to go right back home. Everyone around me is already wide awake, screaming and shouting at the top of their lungs. I'm just trying to keep my eyes open, and they're asking me questions like, did you do the homework? Or like, are you coming to the game Friday? Like, please don't talk to me until like 2 p.m. in the afternoon.